Hello and welcome to Proximity's Guide to Advanced Berserking. This series of videos is intended to both counteract the belief that Berserkers are weak in 1v1 fights and also to educate intermediate skill Berserkers in some tricks and strategies to dealing with each of the classes. Each video is going to focus on one class in particular and at least one important trick to dealing with them. I'll be starting with one of the more difficult classes for a Berserker to deal with, the Warrior. I'm going to assume that anyone watching this is already acquainted with the skills of the Berserker. The first trick I'm going to show you is something I call dodge baiting. This is generally a risky maneuver, but against a person who isn't expecting it, almost a guaranteed hit if you can aim well enough. The idea behind dodge baiting is to seem threatening enough to an enemy in close range while charging a thunder strike. While close to the enemy, if they dodge away, you ought to be in range to follow their dodge and unleash the thunder strike before they have a second chance to get away. The important part is to exercise discipline while doing this, and be prepared to let obvious strike chances seemingly go to waste. This maneuver will benefit from the extra power by charging your skills, as well as the sure hits if you can pull it off properly. As you can see, this highly charged attack is liable to knock an enemy down, opening him up for a flattened combo. This is even more effective than normal because the enemy's dodge is still likely to be on cooldown. The next clip is more of an actual fight against a warrior and will showcase a more reasonable use of dodge baiting. The fight starts with use of an instant cyclone to get us into combat speeds, a much more manageable situation for a berserker like me. At that point, the warrior attempts to get his mangle, a 25% move speed and attack speed slow, applied to me and gain the upper hand in close range. Mangle can only be applied, however, by landing a fourth combo attack, and I can use this to my advantage. By charging a short thunder strike and releasing it before the fourth hit, it catches the warrior committed to his combo attacks, and he suffers substantial chip damage. Mixing up these two strategies is important to bringing down warriors, and you'll see me land hits with both the dodge bait and the short chip throughout the fight. Here the warrior uses his charge to get away from a charged thunder strike, and at this point your only option is to cancel the thunder strike as soon as possible to save mana and health if you're already overcharging. You should try to save dashes for these times as well in order to be able to track the warrior once he gets away. In addition, his only surefire escape is now on cooldown. With only his roll and death from above available, it's the perfect time to try and bait a dodge and go for a big hit. In this fight, I'm fairly bad about blocking his blade draws, his burst damage ability, but take advantage of enough openings to end it quickly. Much of the fight against warriors revolves around responding appropriately to the flow of battle. Much of it is controlled by the warrior, unfortunately, but acting effectively to counter their actions can put them on the defensive. Here the warrior lands an early blade draw and it gives an advantage, though we spend most of the beginning of the fight swinging at nothing. The start of this fight goes very badly for me, as you can see, as the warrior does a good job of dodging my attacks, and I'm already starting to get my HP chipped down. This warrior has learned a few of my tricks and knows to use his charge to escape a thunder strike after he dodges, and has even started using his leaping strike to gain some crucial distance. A lot of swinging at nothing is forcing me to sacrifice some health for mana. The warrior starts a damage combo here, and while I don't block as much of it as I'd like, I avoid a large portion of the damage with proper blocking. Here I'm slow on the draw with my thunder strike, and it allows the warrior to avoid the hit by using death from above. A lot more chip damage and another frustrating dodge make me realize I have to start playing smarter. I'm never going to win the duel. One of the Berserker's greatest strengths is his ability to turn a fight around in a matter of seconds. Even a few chip hits from a Berserker mean substantial amounts of damage. Taking advantage when he starts to apply mangles, going for big hits when I can get some distance for long charge ups, and starting to block when the warrior enters his damage combo all play an important role in controlling the fight. Those three things are the cornerstones of the Berserker strategy for dealing with warriors. Keep them in mind, and you'll be on your way to success. The next video is coming soon, and will cover Berserkers versus Slayers. Thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something useful.